Hey guys, welcome to the Liberal Hivemind, a channel solely focused on exposing the abundant hypocrisy of the left. And man, have we been focused a whole lot on New York and California recently. With good reason, considering they're the epicenters of Democrat incompetence. And let's go right back to New York. New York, how you have fallen. From the days of Chad capitalism and the greatest mayor of all time in Rudy Giuliani, to the days of hipster liberalism, Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez and Mayor Bill de Blasio. Folks, let me ask you a real quick question. How do you ruin a city in a decade? How do you absolutely decimate the tax pool, ruin public safety, and destroy the middle class? Well, very simple answer. You elect Democrats. And that's exactly what we gotta talk about today. Once again, let's just go after incompetent, do-nothing, derelict Democrat leaders and call them out one by one. We're gonna start off with Mayor Bill. We'll talk about Andrew Cuomo, Lori Lightfoot, Nancy Pelosi, the whole lot of them. Let's just go after Democrat hypocrisy and incompetent Democrat leadership. But before we get into any of it, please make sure to leave a like, a comment, subscribe, share the video as much as possible. We are still shadow banned by the YouTube algorithm, hidden from non-subscribed viewers. And with that out of the way, let's roll the tape. Alright folks, so just yesterday, we covered the story of Mayor Bill de Blasio dancing in Times Square after canceling New Year's for everyday Americans. A huge slap in the face, and not only that, absolutely cringy. Well, I found this clip from a couple months ago that I just gotta show you. Here's Mayor Bill de Blasio foreshadowing to what was to come.
Don't believe any doubting Thomases that say because there's not going to be 1 million people or more in Times Square that it's not going to be special. It's going to be actually arguably the most special, the most poignant, the most moving New Year's Eve. Everyone watch on television. Don't go down there. Watch from home.
And so in his mind, him dancing in a cringy, out-of-touch, liberal elitist manner as he locks you away in your home under threat of the coof Gestapo that is the NYPD. He says this year's New Year's is going to be probably the best ever. Almost sounding like Donald Trump, except not being able to back it up. And from his perspective, him dancing on the graves of those who have lost their lives, dancing as he laughs in your face as you're staying home, celebrating his own incompetence as the worst mayor of all time. He really hit the nail on the head now, didn't he? Well, at least there's going to be a consolation prize because there's absolutely no way this man is getting reelected. 0% chance. And speaking of Mayor Bill de Blasio getting elected and being an absolute buffoon who for some reason thinks he's a likable figure, who remembers this from when Bill de Blasio announced he was going to be running for president and not even getting a single percent of the vote? Look at this tweet from Donald Trump back on September 20th, 2019. Oh no, really big political news, perhaps the biggest story in years. Part-time mayor of New York City at Bill de Blasio, who was polling at a solid 0 but had tremendous room for growth, has shockingly dropped out of the presidential race. New York City is devastated. He's coming home. Oh man, President Donald Trump, you are a gentleman and a scholar, an absolute mad lad, and I absolutely love your Twitter persona. Let's continue with Democrat ridiculousness. New York yanks liquor license after restaurant hosts Republican holiday party. A week after a video of a maskless Congo line during an indoor party at a New York City restaurant surfaced on social media, the state's liquor authority announced it has revoked the restaurant's liquor license. The Whitestone Republican Club held a holiday party at Queens' New York restaurant called Il Bacco. Footage of the party went viral. Guests could have been dancing and singing to the Bee Gees' You Should Be Dancing. Vicky Palladino, a Republican candidate for New York City Council, is seen at one point leading the dance. And so the coof Gestapo strike once again, and again hitting the little guy, not those who were at the party, but attacking the restaurant itself and revoking their ability to make money by taking away their liquor license. If you know anything about the restaurant business, you don't make money selling food. You make money selling drinks. Divvying up a $100 bottle of scotch into $15 or $20 an ounce per serving is the profit margin that keeps restaurants alive. And so, of course, New York attacking the little guy once again where it hurts. Democrats creating a legacy of destroying small business and evaporating the middle class, while Republicans, and not even really Republicans, just more people who vote Republican, the people, standing on the exact opposite side of history. And Barstool Sports is a great example of that. Barstool Fund saves beloved Chicago Deli. And if you guys aren't aware of this, Barstool Sports has created a fund called the Barstool Fund, and they've been doing what the government has been failing to do. Through a grassroots movement of donations, they've been single-handedly keeping a lot of these businesses, small businesses, family businesses alive, stopping them from going under, as they've been abandoned by Democrat leaders in their cities. Everything the Democrat touches doesn't turn to gold, frankly, goes to crap. New York City defunds the police. New York City doesn't stand against the hateful mob on the street, and we keep seeing stories like this non-stop popping up. Video captures moments cyclists attack car in New York City. I'm sure you guys have seen it. It went absolutely mega viral. I can't unfortunately show you on YouTube, but the lawlessness has taken over Democrat cities, and people are just being attacked and assaulted by angry mobs in the streets. Mayor Bill de Blasio, Governor Andrew Cuomo are in fact to blame. Democrats defund the police, demonize the police, and handcuff them, stopping them from being able to do their damn job. And we got headlines like this: murder surged in Democrat-controlled cities during 2020. Murder surged in Atlanta, Chicago, Dallas, Kansas City, New Orleans, and numerous other Democrat-controlled cities during 2020. The murder surge was great enough that columnist Byron York observed that 2020 was possibly the worst one-year increase in murder ever recorded. For example, as of December 20th, 2020, the Atlanta Police Department indicated there had been 154 murders in Mayor Keisha Lance's Bottoms, Atlanta, up from 95 in 2019. And so thanks folks from Atlanta, good job. You voted for a Democrat and seemingly got behind sleepy Joe Biden to further the trend of Democrats who just seem to ruin everything. And there were 768 people who lost their lives in Mayor Lori Lightfoot's Chicago, January 1st, 2020 through December 2017, 2020, according to the Chicago Tribune. For comparison, the Chicago Police Department noted 491 homicides in the city during 2019, and so nearly a double increase in homicides in the city of Chicago. The Dallas Police Department noted as of December 29th, 2020, there had been 262 murders in Mayor Eric Johnson's Dallas. There were 211 murders in the city during all of 2019, and it just goes across the board in pretty much every single major Democrat city. Every single one. In Los Angeles, Milwaukee, Minneapolis, Oakland, St. Louis, Philadelphia. Every single one ran by Democrats. Democrats seem to make things worse. But the stranglehold on the metropolitan elite and people within metropolises in general to continue voting for Democrats continues. How? I have no idea, but it just seemingly never ends in every single state. It's just an incredible phenomenon that's so powerful and so hard to counteract. I mean, even in Tennessee, Nashville is a Democrat city. The cities in Texas, blue. Everywhere you go, Miami in Florida, blue. Tampa in Florida, blue. It may be a Republican state, but the cities tend to be blue. And it's people voting against their best interests. I mean, just think about it. Far lefties who want healthcare reform and want to go after the billionaire class and go after Big Pharma voted for Big Pharma and billionaire-backed Joe Biden. Just think about that. President Trump being the first president in modern history to actually take it to Big Pharma and try to lower drug prices for average Americans, and lefties voted for Beijing, billionaire-backed Big Pharma Biden. And then of course we get a report like this: drug companies to hike prices in 2021. According to a report, more than 300 different drugs are reportedly going to be affected by the price increases. The moment Big Pharma realizes Trump won't be there to go after them, instantly they start hiking prices up because, you know, Joe Biden doesn't have a backbone to stand, so he definitely won't stand against Big Pharma. Democrats, the party of Me Too. Democrats, the party going after rich white men who are abusing their power. Oh wait, what's this?
Oh wait, what's this?
Fixer for Harvey Weinstein donates heavily to Georgia Democrats. It's interesting how the party of Me Too, the party fighting against abuse and fighting against powerful men taking advantage of women, are in the same political pool as Hollywood. It doesn't get any more backwards than that, folks. The party that lectures you about the coof pandemic and doing it right is the party that mainly resides in California. And then we have stories like this: how California became the coof-19 epicenter, poor contact tracing, lifting restrictions too early, and travel are to blame for perfect storm that led to record deaths on New Year's Day and hospitals at capacity. And so I guess with Dr. Fauci saying that normal life won't return until fall 2021, even with the vaccine rollout, I guess the anti-science ones and the ones who worsen the pandemic were the exact same ones who've been screeching about it the entire time. But that's what I got for you. Hopefully you enjoyed it. If you did, please make sure to leave a like, a comment, subscribe, share the video as much as possible. We are still shadow banned by the YouTube algorithm, hidden from non-subscribed viewers. So share the video, make sure you have notifications enabled. Now I gotta get back to work, folks. I want to thank you for watching, and I'll see you on the next one.